What's up, guys? This is Heiss, and today I am joined by my good friend Leighton, who is listed as Burnham K37 here. And then we've also got Ellis spectating along the sidelines here. And we're going to be playing Railroad Corporation here on live stream. We were just filming some Railroad Tycoon 3, and that was a good bit of fun. And we wanted to keep things rolling, but wanted to see what else we could do. And Leighton suggested we'd play a little Railroad Corporation. So this is a super fun kind of 1v1, kind of like Sid Meier's Railroads, but kind of like Railroad Tycoon game that they're working on the second one. And it's pretty fun. So
wait, there's going to be a Railroad Corporation too?
Shows how much you've paid attention to the the stuff on the Steam page. But yeah, they are working on a second one with like electric locomotives and stuff apparently. So it's gonna be a later era. Anyway,
That's cool.
So we're gonna press the button here. We're gonna start the game, see what happens. And welcome, chat. Welcome, William Grantham. Thank you for being a train crew member. And Northern Isle. Two rivals, absolutely similar conditions, same mirror placement, same surrounding industries, but the winner is only one. We need to get a net value of 1 million faster than everyone else, but we start with the 040 and the 420. I feel like 1 million's easy to get to, though.
We're going to see.
I guess so. Well, I guess we could always do 2 if it's too stupid fast. And hello again, chat, and Ragnar Adventurous. Thank you for being a train crew member. All right. I've started in Leahy, which is a little town. Lehihu, and I've got a wheat field, and I've got some logging near me, and I need both of those things. So, do I have any passenger trains to run? I don't really have passenger trains without going across the river, and that's going to be expensive. So I think I'm going to start by... Turns out I can't hold my push-to-talk while starting to lay pieces of track. We're going to connect to this little grain
I'm actually
farm
completely
here.
unfamiliar with this game. I had only heard of it, and so getting to watch you guys play it is, well, it's my first experience with it, my first proper experience with it. I had no idea what this is about, and I'm seeing a lot of things on the screen, and I'm going, yes, that's definitely some things on the screen.
Right. Feel free and ask the questions along the way so that the viewers can learn from you. So, because I'm sure they'll have the same questions. Leighton and I are vaguely familiar. I probably haven't played the game in over a year, but...
Yeah, I haven't played the game, honestly, in about a year, too. My personal association with this game is this is the game that I watched almost the entirety of the show Cheers to, so...
There you go.
Well, I've noticed that your locomotives can go straight through trees, so that's an interesting one.
Yeah,
Well, it's a really good game.
the tree, I'm sure that's a multiplayer desync thing. My favorite thing is that every time the trains leave and enter the stations, they've got a Rio Grande 5 chain that's just canned as the whistle sound that they make. So we're loading up, and then it'll just go...
So are
maybe
the stations
it's only when they enter stations. Never mind.
Are the stations sort of pre-placed?
Yeah, the stations are all already existing at all the towns, and then or towns and industries, and then you just kind of connect to them. It's kind of weird in that way, but it works. Jess TBG, thank you for the super chat. What's up, Heiss? Well, we're playing this game as we talked about. If you have questions about it, let us know. I'm trying to build a fast railroad, but at the same time, I don't think we're going to get any... I think the fastest engine in the game only goes 90, despite the speed limit going up to 120. But, okay, so the stations aren't pre-placed, but they ghost when you start laying track, and then when you confirm and join to a industry or a station, then the station drops, then it rearranges the whole town for you, which is very convenient, so...
Wow. Yeah, I just watched it do that. That's really something. Was it Sid Meier's Railroads that the buildings would sort of shape around your rail placement?
Yes, yeah, I think Sid Meier's Railroads did that.
See, because I had misremembered that it was Railroad Tycoon, and when we went to play that first time some months ago, I was like, why are the buildings not moving? You know? Why do I have to go around the buildings?
That's too much fun.
So I see the demand and supply icons on your town there.
Yeah, so they demand different things. The towns innately demand some things, and those demands shift just by how many people are at the towns. So coal, grain, logs, passengers. That's all pretty typical stuff, but it'll cycle through some of it. So right now I'm supplying stuff that could eventually get filled up, and then I could no longer supply it, which is kind of an interesting mechanic. But
the transport fever problem.
Indeed, yeah.
When did this game come out?
Oh, shoot. Probably 2 or 3 years ago now. Feels like not that long ago, but it's probably 2019 if I had to guess.
The before times. Okay.
Indeed.
Shucks, there was something else that I wanted to ask about it. Now it's escaped me.
All right, I'm building the expensive bridge that I didn't want to build.
Oh, jeez. Godspeed.
There we go. Gonna do that. Maker24, welcome to being the ES&D train crew. I believe you're actually the 101st member. We had 100 members right before this stream started, so thank you everyone for being a part of the train crew. 2019, says Northern Isle. Thank you.
Oh, you nailed it.
Look at that. Can remember things
How many
once
folks,
once in a
Heist,
blue
do we
moon.
have currently watching this stream? How many folks do we have currently watching this stream?
55 so far.
All right, then.
All right.
Oh, you have to have it load and unload. You're instructing it to load and unload those things.
Yes, yeah, it's unlike the Railroad Tycoon 3 that we were just playing. Spoilers for a future video, by the way. You have to instruct what the trains load and unload in a much more specific way. It's very much like Sid Meier's Railroads in that regard. So I told it to unload passengers because it'll eventually come back and unload passengers. But then I told it to load. So we got this John Bull, and it's got 4 passenger coaches behind it.
Okay.
And it's gonna run. We're doing our first little passenger train, and I love the little terraform that they do and the cuts that they make through the terrain to make the railroad work. It's cool.
Yeah, the more modern Tycoon games are great in that they're actually able to show proper terrain alteration. Railroad Tycoon is particularly bad with that, and then most of the other games are not voxel based, but I guess tile based. So
yeah.
When we hit the new generation of railroad games with Train Fever, and they started doing that sort of captivated me. It's like, oh my god, the cuts and the embankments look real now. This is incredible. This is amazing.
Yeah, Jimmy, I will throw a lime at you, good sir.
What did our dear friend Jimmy from the COG say?
He said I was gonna have to cross that bridge when I got there, anyways. After I built the bridge to the other town, so he can just.
Well, you haven't got a bridge too far.
He can. No, I haven't. I'm gonna throw limes at both of you. Probably had 4 passenger cars is probably over tonnage for that thing. Yeah. Well, cheers,
With
Maker.
the size of those passenger cars, yeah, maybe just a little.
Yeah, Maker. I'm imagining that we can probably organize the round at the bar sometime more easily in the next couple months when I actually live in Colorado full time. That'll be a lot easier to do, I think.
You'll be attending via Zoom call.
Indeed. No, one of the folks that's in the live stream chat was actually at the Colorado Crossings event and offered to take us out for drinks, but that was on Saturday, and we were all dead after the end of Saturday. I don't know. Were you there? You were there on Saturday, Leighton? Yeah, we were all dead.
Well then.
It was on Saturday. I don't remember what I did Saturday night. I remember Sunday. That was when the lime thrown. But...
Yeah, the lime got thrown on Sunday after we visited Old Mickey. But yeah.
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 We went and visited one of our preferred drinking establishments.
Indeed. After way too much time at the museum and then going to see Mickey and all that, and it was an open night. We didn't know it was going to go on, but it was fun. I threw a lime at someone and started a bar fight. Well, not really.
Almost started a bar fight.
Almost started a bar fight. That guy was ready to go.
This is the story that I've heard, yes.
Yeah, that guy was not happy with me. I was trying to hit Leighton in the face with it, so I think it was a worthy cause. But
admittedly, I did deserve it. I will not deny that one.
You did deserve a lime to the face for what you said. I just had no idea that I was going to be able to clear 2 tables with the lime. So, but that's why I don't play sports. That's why I talk about trains on the internet.
I mean, it sounds like a ringing endorsement for your sports ability if you can clear 2 tables with a lime.
Only when I intended to just barely do anything with it. Yeah. Let's see. Where is where are these industries? There is not terribly many industries that are terribly convenient here. I'm going to start getting into confusing amounts of railroad track, I think, here, because I'm going to run up to Portsmouth up here, and I'm going to try and get grain over there, but getting grain there is going to be a long haul. Yeah.
I suppose we're about to see how this game handles train interactions. They all seem to go into the station together, so...
The train interactions were so bad in this game originally. It was so bad. It was so painful. And it took them forever to figure out how to make parallel tracks at all. And then once we were able to make parallel tracks, it was like, okay, well, the trains would randomly... They locomotioned their way down the parallel tracks. And
oh,
so
no, they get lost?
They wouldn't get lost, but they would end up just making nonsensical choices down each chunk of railroad, and so you could never really guarantee what they were going to do. But since then, they have added directionality to the tracks, so I can come here and I can set the direction of each track. So I can say I want to have a right-hand main, and then I can dual track things or add passing tracks, and it fixes almost all the problems. So it was a hotly requested feature for a long time, and when they added it, I mean, it was the biggest QOL for the game, so it's truly brilliant.
Good. Oh my god.
Build all the trunk lines, indeed.
Can you
67
hear
people.
him?
Chris Bruce, thank you for the super chat. Have ever played OpenTTD? Yes, many a time. It has PvP.
I never
Yeah.
played Silver.
That's a future thing to do.
We'll have to hit OpenTTD on the channel. I got to the point where I played enough OpenTTD I was frustrated with it. I liked Locomotion better because the graphics, and I got frustrated with OpenTTD because the graphics were so poor. And I was that opinionated about it for a while, so I didn't want to play OpenTTD, but we played a bunch of OpenTTD when I was younger, yeah, for sure.
I think there are a lot of things that you can add to the game right now to increase the graphical fidelity. It's like the new GRFs. I've only played a little bit of OpenTTD. I've done it with some community playdates on my Discord and stuff like that. People just wanted to do that because it's one of those things that's very low barrier to entry.
For sure.
And you can get a lot of players in a multiplayer game.
That's true. Isn't what's the max? Is it 32 or 64? What is it?
I wish I knew off the top of my head, but needless to say, we didn't have a problem. And I've been told time and time again, oh, there are all sorts of incredible mods for it, including ones that dramatically increase like the graphical fidelity of the sprites. I mean, they're still sprites, but so is Locomotion.
Leighton starts to try buy things, and I'm just gonna bid against him real quick. It's fine. No! It's my land!
This land is your land.
No, it's my land.
California.
Jimmy, I will throw a lime at you. Am I going to go live tomorrow, Ragnar Adventures? I'm not sure if I'll be live tomorrow or not. If I'm live tonight, probably not, but we'll see. It's got amazing mods in OpenTTD. I'll have to take a look.
Someone was trying to turn me onto one that gives you like this crazy intricate industry system because they know that's what I will go for.
There you go.
And I've told, okay, if it comes up again, I'll see if I can pull together like some sort of mod pack. You're asking the wrong guy to do it, but I can figure it out.
There is a way. Sorry, there is a way to upgrade. There it is. I was trying to find my office, and I was like, I want to add a research department. How do I do that in this game? That's right. Research and HR. A railroad with HR? What does that mean? It doesn't make any sense.
Too soon?
Right.
Remember, it's there to protect the company, not you.
Something like that. We're gonna start.
Like somebody who works
I'm gonna start to try and upgrade the John Bull because the DeWitt Clinton sucks. So you really ought to just try and make the John Bull better to start, from what I recall. And I actually really like the research tree mechanic in this game. It's pretty fun.
Seems cool. So I was looking at these towns.
Oh, Greg
And
Tames played OpenTTD and he loves the Furs industry mod. Or is that Locomotion? Can't remember.
No, I think I know what he's talking about. But and speaking of Locomotion,
Yeah,
this will be the first time on your channel that our little co-op, or well, not co-op, but 1v1 is mentioned.
It's true. Pimp it. Tell the people. What can people
Totally.
see at Admiral Eldis's YouTube right now? Both episodes are live.
Yeah, we did a two-parter in Locomotion multiplayer, if you can call it that. It's only 2 players, which is a severe downgrade from Transport Tycoon, but nevertheless. We actually had to use the original version of Locomotion to do it, and that was an ordeal.
Steam has never apparently updated Locomotion, so yeah, that was a thing. Ellis still has his disc. I don't have my disc anywhere, so
I ended up doing it through Steam anyway, because the disc version is different.
That's right. That's what we had to do.
But yeah, you can check that out. We had a good time, even though the game really doesn't like doing LAN multiplayer at a distance.
Yeah, it was a little laggy, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
And something that we talked about during that, which is what just brought it into the forefront of my mind, is I was looking at these towns, and I was talking about sort of trains, route building methodologies, and making full-size towns and whatever. And I'm looking at these towns in Railroad Corporation, going, yeah, it's about what I expect from a lot of builds in Trains Railroad Simulator.
Vague town, vaguely near the station, and then there's nothing.
Yeah, it's just like 3 blocks with 6 houses and an office, and that's it. That's all people build, and the yard is 3 times larger than the town, something like that.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I actually, right before we started recording earlier, I was doing my weekly stream in Trains, working on my mega project, and we came up with a term, thanks to a recent movie release, we came up with a term for the extra tiles I add between where I'm building the railroad and the edge of the world. That's one of my things. I never want to see the edge of the world from a train.
Okay.
Which is difficult. It takes a lot of extra tiles. And the folks in my chat decided to term that the danger zone, because everyone had gone out to see Top Gun except myself. Danger zone.
Oh, wow.
So
Raven Heartless says that in OpenTTD you can have 255 players but 15 companies.
oh yeah, that was the
Goodness.
limitation. It's
Yeah.
such a weird limitation.
That's a very Chris Sawyer, I wrote this in assembly limitation. Yeah.
Although it's weird that it's 15 and not 16.
Yeah, that is weird.
There's probably like a 0th company that's used for something on the back end. Who knows?
Probably. Yeah, if I had to bet. Northern Isle is here saying that he remembers you from 2006. So.
Yes. That's when I started my, You bugger, I remember from 2006. I see ya. That is when I started doing Trains route building. I started with a narrow gauge route called the Geiger Mountains. And I lost that in a game crash or game, like I had to reset the game. The thing with Trains is I feel like it has like a half-life. After you install it, it just starts degrading to the point where you'll eventually have to reinstall
Where
it.
it explodes. Yeah.
Yeah, it just ceases to work after a while. I don't have any explanation for that. And I had to reset the game, but I didn't know how to carry all my content over, and I lost the route. And I had sort of been lamenting that, and then I went from project to project to project, and then I came up with my newest project, and I decided, well, it's big enough, I'll rebuild the old route inside of the new route. Which originally my plan was to do everything standard gauge, but the allure of narrow gauge has, you know what it does to people.
I know what it does, indeed. Yeah.
You don't have to explain that to us.
Yeah.
William Sexton asks, is it true that there's only one developer left for Railroads Online? There's only ever been one developer for Railroads Online, is my answer to that. There were many of us that volunteered to help, and we called ourselves developers, but that was kind of misleading because we didn't really actually develop much. We were an asset store for Railroads Online more than anything else. But yeah, QMA is still working on it, and he's still got some. There's actually a fair amount of people that are still helping with it, but yeah, a lot of us did leave so that we could focus our time elsewhere.
Yeah, somebody had actually in my own Discord posited like, "Oh no, I hope this doesn't hamper the development of the game." And it's like, no, they've gone from one developer to one developer.
Yeah, that's the thing that I've been telling everyone is, yeah, there's no impact to the development of the game because we had no impact on the development of the game, which is why we're leaving. I mean,
all you did was supply the majority of the content.
It was so frustrating to try and explain or try and help and do things, and there was just no way to collaborate. It was time to go. It was just too frustrating. And we knew that we could make greater impacts, working on other things that we love and care about. So I'm focused more on my YouTube, trying to spend a little bit more time doing stuff. That's how I was able to put Signals 101 out. Let me know if you guys watched that. I put that one out in like 2 days. And normally those 101 videos take me a lot of time, but I was like, okay, I'm going to not work on Railroads Online stuff, not going to worry about community managing, and I'm going to try and ram this out. And it came out quick, and it came out pretty good, I think. So hopefully people.
Yeah, that was actually really impressive because you were talking about it like when we went to record Locomotion, and the day came to post it, and you were like, "No, I'm so close on the 101 video. I just want to get that done." And it came out that day, and I was like, "Holy crap!" Yeah. It's like you're working full bore on these things.
Mark, I have to say, I watched the Signals video, and I in fact learned a lot.
There were many things. I was worried before I posted it. A lot of people were talking about how they were excited to learn about aspects of Signals and stuff, and I was like, oh, well, I really just kind of went aspects don't matter, and here's the actual important stuff. But it seems like it's gotten really, really good reviews, so it seems like people have been enjoying all that, so that's been really good.
Blake Smith, no. That is all. Also, I do want to just roll back to Northern Isle for a second on the note of TIHC. I'm trying to wrap up a short story which was supposed to be the final in a set of short stories that was supposed to come out between the season we didn't finish and the next season that we didn't start. I just was plugging away at it on the train the other day, and I don't know, there should be something in the not so distant future. I just want there to be something. Did you mention bungalows in your video?
Yes, I did, and I even called Leighton out by name. Leighton was the pinned comment for a minute, saying, I've never felt so called out. It's funny.
And it's just delightful.
The highball. Welcome, Spacing Out with Ginger, Thomas Perry, Plenty Sticks. Thank you guys for being ES&D train crew. I forgot to mention the backing signals. Someone said that, and I still don't understand what they mean by that. I don't know.
It's a Thomas the Tank Engine reference.
Oh, yeah. That would explain why I don't get it.
I believe it's Toby and somebody else trolling Percy saying, well, what about backing signals?
Yeah, and the signal aspect changes and you're supposed to go in reverse.
Well, I'm glad that was the inside joke that I missed, because, yeah, I had no idea.
I'll clarify for Northern Isle once again. It was more of an issue of just lost time. I'm sure everyone here can understand that, when you're in high school and in college and you've got more free time than you know what to do with, and you can follow all these creative pursuits, and then suddenly you're working 40 hours a week, and it's like, no, I don't have homework to do, but man, I have home work to do.
Don't remind me.
Yeah. But that there meets the unfortunate end of a great many creative pursuits from our schooling days, as it were.
Yeah, I remember when I was younger, I was bragging to my friends who were a little bit older, but not as old as I am now. But like, oh yeah, no, I played drums for 3 hours today, and I played guitar for 4 hours. I was working on stuff, and I was getting really good at playing these sorts of stuff, and it was really good. And they're like, how do you have time for that? And I think it was actually Dusty Leighton early on when I was like a freshman, who's like, yeah, you'll find out real quick that you just don't have time for that stuff. And I was like, what do you mean? I got like hours in the day, dude. And yeah, no, now I get it. Yeah, there's no time.
Meanwhile, it's like, yeah, I come home and I'm just tired.
It's not even that. It's just there's just no time to do the things.
Yeah. You get home and you gotta clean this and you gotta do that and you gotta make dinner and
I connected to this place to grab oil, but I don't have any place to take oil. I thought I had a place to take oil.
America.
There's actually physically no industry on the map that's accepting it. No, actually there is. Hang on, I missed it. It's the oil refinery in my own place. There we are.
Oh yeah, you have it. Yep. I see it.
It'll be a mixed train, and then it'll haul passengers back to Orlando.
Orlando, I love.
Joey the cat clarifies it was Gordon and James trolling Percy.
Yes.
The important details here.
Important details, which I hate James. Anyway, also Northern Isle. That's wonderful. I'm glad I could have inspired somebody with that sort of thing. Writing is a lot of fun, and it's a great thing to do in your spare time, but it's also a great stress relief. Or it can be, for if that's what you like to do. It's a creative pursuit, more so than a lot of sort of mindless stuff you can do otherwise.
So my city hall just filled up at Leahy with grain, and I'd been running a train from the Cambridge wheat field to it. So it'll sit waiting until it consumes one grain to unload one. So rather than waiting to have the train do that, I'm rerouting it, and it's going to go to Portsmouth, and it's going to deliver half of its grain to City Hall to help grow the town, and then half of it to the farm to help increase the amount of output the farm has. So neat stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How about a Railroad Tycoon 3 face-off? If only you knew what we were filming right before this.
Oh, man. Gee.
Yeah, we hadn't played Railroad Tycoon 3 as a video on the channel yet. So yeah, we're just playing Railroad Tycoon 3. So that video will come out relatively soon, if not tomorrow. Actually, probably not tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. See how crazy I feel about editing. But mostly Brett swearing, that fun stuff.
Yeah, we can dung on him because he's not here. Lehigh is pronounced Lehigh instead of Leahy. Apparently. I don't know.
Well,
I think it could go either way.
It's spelled a little stupid, but
It sounds like a bunch of East Coast bullshit to me.
English is English.
Well, the name comes from the Mormons, so maybe it's some Utah bull.
Well, no, there's Lehigh, L-E-H-I, and then there's Lehigh, L-E-I-G-H.
Yeah. No.
L-E-H-I-G-H. So there's different levels of bullshit here.
Where does one take leather?
That's a very personal question, Mark.
Over there. Where does one get textiles? Ah, there we are. The other
got another one.
This level here. Noah McElroy, welcome to the ES&D train crew. Can you skip the tutorial on Derail Valley? I don't know. It's been probably 3 years since I was playing the Derail Valley tutorial myself. So
I end up playing it too often because I would get a mod and I'd want to start it from the beginning, and then I wouldn't like that mod. Like have you played with the jobs mod, the persistent jobs mod?
no, I've never played with that one.
So that's one of those where I saw that and it's like, oh, this is an overhaul to sort of how the game works, and I like the idea that the world is completely persistent. It doesn't regenerate the cars in a yard when you leave and come back. But it has what I thought was a bug, but is apparently intentional behavior, which is all of the jobs terminate all the shunting jobs, they terminate at the load or unload point instead of in a yard track.
Oh, weird.
The mod intentionally leaves it to you to organize your own yard, which is it's fine by me, but then I lose track of where stuff is. Because you get the next contract and it says, oh, pick these things up at the loading track. And it's like, no, they're in track E4 where I left them.
Yeah, that's a little obnoxious.
Yeah, I brought it up to the mod creator and he was just like, no, that's intentional behavior. Like, well, I wish I could turn it off.
No, I mispronounced your name. My apologies. How do you pronounce it? It seemed fairly phonetically straightforward, but English is always challenging, so.
I think if I played more Derail Valley and I kept like a notepad of what yard tracks I assign for what destinations, then it would make a lot of sense and work really well. But alas, I play Derail Valley like once in a blue moon where I go, I want to drive a train, but have it not be Railroads Online.
Have it be simulated, perhaps. In some amount of fun flavor.
MacGilroy apparently is the way to pronounce.
Mac Gilroy. Oh.
Yeah. Interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I wouldn't have known. Sounds like a real railroad. Where's that tank car again? Hey, Justin.
Yeah, I made a ledger. I would have to. I've thought about this, doing like a persistent jobs playthrough, probably not for YouTube or anything, but just because. And I would have to have a notebook.
I've told my story of BNSF losing a diesel locomotive on the channel at least once before. Yardmaster can't find the darn thing, can't find it, has no idea where it is. It sits in the yard for a week, and my boss is freaking out. My boss's boss is freaking out. Everyone's pissed. Where the hell is this locomotive? And it's literally in front of the yardmaster's face. If they look around their computer screen, it's right there, but they couldn't find it on the cameras for whatever reason. Presumably because they didn't put any cameras where, I don't know, they could see with their eyes. But
I hate to be Killjoy, but it seems like PTC would have solved this.
Dude, PTC solves every problem on the railroad. I don't know what people are talking about. Okay, solves all of the problems.
It changes Derail Valley into Penn Central. Well, it depends how many notes you take, but potentially yes. At least none of the commodities in Derail Valley are perishable.
Indeed. Will I ever try and run the 844 again in Train Simulator 2022? Yeah, actually, hey Justin, when do you want to film that? I need to get another route. Oh my god, my train's maintenance is like exploded. The maintenance mechanic in this game is pretty involved, and I have not paid any attention to it actually. And good heavens, why do I have so many trains? Oh, they're all waiting for a free track? Well, that's no...
Wait, what? Oh, no.
I've got a bunch of trains at this station. Trying to go to Santa Fe. You should have a free track to Santa Fe. Unless this train is just eating this whole block.
Oh my god.
Which it probably is, because it hates me. Okay, you're going to go into Lehigh, and you're going to get serviced. So the way that their servicing mechanic goes is they have age and they also have mileage. So the age is the dark gray. It's 83% there, but by the mileage it only had 7% life left, which is why it was failing. So we'll take it and it'll be able to repair in the repair shop for like a minute and a half to get up to that 82% or whatever that mark is as soon as it finishes unloading. But yeah, the apparently the maintenance interval on these John Bulls is not good. But let me see. You can also up that with the reliability or the aging factors. But we're going to research the DeWitt Clinton so that we can blow through it to get to
I literally just
Jervis.
bought research. Jesus.
Oh, you haven't started researching anything yet?
No, I just started researching the DeWitt Clinton so I could get to the locomotive speed so I could get to the Jervis. However, according to Justin, he is now commenting on this live stream.
Yeah, Justin is commenting on this live stream. He is an ES&D brakeman even.
Oh wow!
I know.
Wow. Also, shout out to Justin, just certifying as an engineer on UP. So that's pretty.
You fucking doxed him right away. Okay,
hey,
good man.
Hey, he just got a big. It's a big deal, okay? It's not the big deal because that's a completely different person. You know what I mean?
He did explicitly try and say, "I work for a class 1." In our previous thing, but whatever, that's fine. He'll yell at you. He'll yell at you later for it.
I'm waiting at bated breath for the message.
All right.
I just like this comment. Nothing in Derail Valley is perishable. Apparently, you haven't seen an explodey boy in a heist consist. They all perish.
I missed that one. You know, the funny thing is that since we've started calling them explodey boys, none of them have actually exploded over the road. They've all only been exploded on purpose. So let it be known. Cambridge to Portsmouth. I need to get some more repair shops going.
I've been meaning to check in on your videos because the locomotive mods you've picked up in particular seem very cool.
Some of those mods are brilliant. That's really the only reason that I've enjoyed playing the game lately is like the mods that Greg Tame has made. I'm going to be trying out one soon, actually, that's I had to laugh. I've had this guy start messaging me on Discord. He's a really nice guy. I think his Discord username is Boss, but he's from the old country somewhere, and he's sending me all these mods that he's making that are Yugoslavian era trains for Derail Valley, and he didn't even know. I was like, yeah, no, my family's from Croatia, like, and he sends me a picture of this mod that he's working on, and then I just drop down laughing because it's a picture of a train that I had photographed in Zagreb when I was in Croatia in 2018. So I was like, I've seen that engine. And so that mod just came out. So that'll be on the channel soon enough because it'll be like, yeah, no, this is a train that I have seen. This is what I know. These are, this is where my family's from. It's going to be fun, but does QMA have a YouTube channel? Yes, he does. It's just called American Railroads. So whether or not he will use it, I don't know. But
I thought it was Railroads Online now.
Did he change it to Railroads Online?
Well, no, I thought American Railroads was Railroads Online.
Oh, boy.
It is, but the YouTube channel is still American Railroads.
Somewhere in the Valley.
As long as it's under 10k in damage, who cares? Yep, that's too real. Is it reportable? No? Okay, no one cares.
I was reading something. I'm not providing color commentary.
Have you heard of the game Railroader? Yes, I have. I'm actually pretty excited for it. It'll be interesting to see how it works out when it comes out. That'll be a fun one, I think.
Actually, have you guys seen any of the stuff for Sweet Transit?
Someone...
What is that?
I heard about that game the other day, but I haven't looked into it, no.
I looked into it briefly, and it didn't really grab my attention. I couldn't quite put my finger on why, but it doesn't seem like it brings anything, like, unique to the table. It just sort of struck me as like, yeah, but I could also just play Mashinki, or any number of similar games. I don't know. Maybe my mind will be changed at some point in the future, but I don't know. It just didn't strike me as something particularly special. Maybe, although here's one, and I might be this might be a silly question, but if you guys played Factorio,
Yeah.
okay. I've been telling Wybald he needs Factorio for quite some time.
Yep.
And I think the train stuff in that game is way better than it has any right to be. Like,
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
you know,
The factory has eaten my life, and my firstborn son is a sacrifice. The factory must grow. Yes, Greg. Yes.
gets him to give his life to the factory.
I didn't even know that Greg was here, and I've been touting his mods. Greg is the guy that's been making those locomotive mods, by the way.
Ah,
Yeah. No, I love Factorio, but yeah, I do not have time to play Factorio to that extent these days.
yeah. Something happened to me. My Discord voted on Civ 5 as a community playdate. I had never played Civ 5.
Oh boy.
And yeah, and then I played Civ 5 a lot.
And then Ellis was dead.
Yeah. I would sit here and play Civ 5, and Gloria would sit on the couch behind me and watch, like,
10 for
Unexpected, which is like the new version of 16 and Pregnant, except they're not all 16, they're just all way too young. So just, trash television. And so I've got that in the background while I'm just conquering the world as insert leader here. I'm like, I feel bad that I'm ignoring you. But
Why do these trains keep breaking down on the main line?
there are a great many achievements for Civ 5. And I look at them and I go, I could play another game Civ. And there goes another 10 hours or whatever.
Too easily.
Time for anything. Well, I guess if I spend 10 hours playing this video game, I guess I do have time for stuff, but...
If this train could get its butt off of the main line.
That'd be great.
That'd be great.
Yeah, if we could have, like, I don't know, some of these trains make some more money, that'd be really cool.
Bond. Train bond. Why won't they ever break it down anywhere convenient?
Covalent bond.
Sometimes they break down in convenient places, but those don't get written about in the history books. So
Yeah, convenient failures don't exactly make for good history.
Uh-oh. Some of my other folks have didn't we vote run 8? Well, see what happened. I guess I'll explain my internal server politics. What happened is
you're bringing politics into my stream. How dare you?
Well, some folks in my Discord who all have a town on our Minecraft server together have created what I've termed our first political party, or our first super PAC, and they all decide on a game they want the server to play, and then they all vote on it together. And one of them decided Run 8 because he loves Run 8, and he got everyone to vote along with him, but then he realized he's going to be on a plane during our usual community playdate time. So
Oof.
he had to call an administrative review and basically kick off his entire party's worth of votes so that it fell to the second voted thing, which was Civ 5 again. So here we go with that again.
That's actually kind of hilarious.
Yeah, it was. We started just talking about it, and it was on a Tuesday night, and he goes, "Wait, isn't it tomorrow?" And I go, "No, it's on Friday. The play dates are always on Friday." And he goes, "Oh no." Hold on, is there something we can do about this? Because I'm gonna be on a plane. I went, oh my god.
There's nothing we can
It's
do.
what we call a
Yeah.
problem.
And I went, thankfully, I wrote into the rules that I have veto power over these things.
Smart man.
Yeah. Ace, what does this mean by the tech trees are removed from the Railroads Online Discord server?
Armagon created the tech trees for support of Railroads Online. QMA never officially bought into them, and Armagon removed his IP. So take that as you will. Ultimately, QMA is going to do what he can do with Railroads Online. He will implement what he can implement.
Yeah.
We thought that we were going to be able to do those tech trees, but I think part of the reason we left was that we realized we probably weren't going to be able to because of the way that things were progressing, which were out of our control. So, yeah, that's why those are gone.
That's a shame. The tech trees were a cool piece of kit.
They are, yeah. So, I'm still bummed over leaving. I know that this train is still trying to get to Portsmouth. Where the hell is it? Oh, I guess it's right there.
You seem to have a bit of a backup in there.
This train's trying to unload coal. This train's trying to load passengers. This train's trying to load passengers. Okay, there's a lot of passenger trains trying to load in here. That's what's going on at Lehigh. So no new locomotives. No, I don't think no new locomotives. All the locomotives that Daniel has shown, Glock has shown, Bress has shown, so far as I know, are still in plan to be added to the game, but I don't think they will be, stuff laid on the tech tree. I don't know if that stuff will get added. And I can't even speak to it at this point because I'm not affiliated with the game anymore. So I couldn't even tell you if it's confirmed or not confirmed. So
Little Shay that's been popping up in the modeling showcase is adorable.
it is adorable, and it will be coming, but I've resisted making a shitpost comment about that stupid Shay
Oh no.
every single time because I don't need to just be a dick on the server for no reason. But it's being proposed as a new starting locomotive because it'll be a good alternative to Betsy because it'll have, more power because it's a Shay. Except that Shay only had an 80 psi boiler, so it has half of the tractive effort of Betsy. Half. So 2,000 pounds attractive effort, so it serves no purpose. But that's okay.
Also, it goes at walking pace, I have heard.
Well, yeah, it's a itty bitty Shay. What did you expect?
Well, not anything more than that. Just making a statement. The thing that's always tickled me, geared locomotive, so it's always tickled me and infuriated Weibold, just incidentally, is the Class A Climax with the high and low gear.
That is fun.
Stick shift steam engine. Do you want your steam engine to be more complicated? Here you go.
Much good luck. Don't die.
Right.
Yeah. Working the throttle and Johnson bar and clutch.
Yeah, clutch kick the steam engine. Go for it.
That's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Turns out you can't fire up a steam engine by rolling it down a hill and throwing it into gear.
Bummer.
Whoever would have guessed?
Let's see. Sir Liv, is my departure from Railroads Online permanent, or is there a chance I return once my life's better settled? No, I'm permanently leaving. It's life being busy, but also frustration with what we had to deal with, and I don't really feel the need to get back into that. Am I going to continue playing Railroads Online? Yeah, I love Railroads Online. Don't get me wrong. I love the game. I have no issues with the game itself. But
Give me 18 speed like a semi-truck.
gosh darn it.
Jake breaking a steam locomotive.
Jake break the steam engine. I like it. Well, I mean, you can kind of do that, but...
Yeah.
Sorry you keep asking, but is all the locomotives tech tree going to be in Railroads Online? I doubt it. I don't think they ever were going to be, but, you know. What I'm saying about Railroads Online is making you nervous about the future of the game, and I will continue to say that the future of the game is not impacted because we had no impact on the future of the game. That's it's kind of my realist view on it, but...
Realist? How Steve Lee of you. For vintage train order references.
Right.
Yeah. I have to say, to speak in praise of Railroads Online, it is a spectacular game.
I love it.
I
loved it from the second I saw what it was going to be. I loved American Railroads. I still love Railroads Online. I have no issues with the game itself. I think I've still gotten my $30 of enjoyment out of it, but...
Wholeheartedly, yeah.
But yeah, it's, I don't know. I think better things are in store down the road, so... Why is this train... Okay, now this train's wanting to move. I was wondering why that didn't want to go, so... Boo, I should feel bad. Okay, Justin.
I have done something today.
What did you do?
Well, see, it's not entirely my fault, but something you guys should know about me is that I have a problem.
A particular set of skills?
No. My mechanic has a particular set of skills, and that set of skills is fixing all the old Volvos I buy.
Oh God, you're a Volvo person?
Yes, I have 3 of them now.
Jesus, you're
Well,
worse.
technically I have 1 and Gloria has, or I have 2 and Gloria has 1, but they're all on my insurance under my name right now, so they're basically all mine. I've made it back to my all-time high of owning 3 at a time. So, this is wonderful. I love these. I love my bricks.
Why? Okay, what era of Volvos are you going for?
The 90s.
So you're wanting to buy a box, is what I'm hearing.
Oh yes, exactly. They are bricks. They are my wonderful bricks.
I mean, I can't judge. I have an 85 Cherokee and a 65 Wagoneer, so both
Nice.
cars are square enough to justify the existence of rain gutters. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a very, if you look at the Venn diagram of dumbasses, there's a large overlap between train people and car people. Or that's
Oh yeah.
Can
all
confirm
train
I
people are also car people.
spent too much money on a muscle car that I shouldn't have owned. Can confirm.
A Volvo is the box that real cars come in. Ooh.
Ooh are.
Volvo is the box that destroys real cars without breaking a sweat.
Well, the only thing it breaks is a head gasket, but heyo.
Volvos are not the head gasket problem cars. That's Subarus.
I thought that era of Volkswagen. Well, actually, no. Sorry, not Volkswagen. Volvo. Come to think of it, it's the more modern Volvos that have head gasket issues, correct?
Noah asks if
not-
I'm the only one with a decent car, and I mean, I'm the only one with a Pontiac, so I'm just saying.
I
yeah,
deal
ooh,
with Toyotas,
Pontiac.
so-
The Volvos of my era, the particular problem is the electrical system. They always have these fun electrical gremlins which are impossible to stamp out.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I mean, otherwise it's just I mean, they'll run forever. The red block engines are good for hundreds of thousands of miles without without too much issue. The highest mileage private vehicle in the world, or private car in the world, is a Volvo. It's like a 60s Volvo, I think. It's got 3.6 million miles on it.
Jesus.
That's pretty impressive. For
Yeah.
being real.
Car with that many miles on it. I have a lot of questions here.
All the Ford Volvos are pretty poop.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. All the who did love pointing this out? Hold on. What are all the brands that Fiat owns now?
All of them. Dodge,
All of them,
yeah.
Chrysler, everyone.
Yeah.
All the mediocre ones.
Abarth Alfa Romeo, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks. Yeah.
America.
Those are the American brands that Fiat owns now, which is hilarious.
Yeah, the cream of the freaking crop there.
My mom has a Fiat 500, which is a fun little car, honestly. I don't really have anything bad to say about it.
No, I've driven one of those, and they're fun, zippy little cars.
And honestly, the new, like, Alfa Romeos, I don't know how they are mechanically, probably not great, but they look cool.
I've created a cursed thing on my railroad.
Oh my god!
What did you do, Mark?
Bridges over bridges. It's fine.
That's weird. I thought I turned off my Marcel Voss videos.
You know, for somebody who doesn't want it to be a, or for somebody who has things to say about civil engineers and bridges over bridges, that's very civil engineer of you.
Ice, what did you do? Look on the stream.
Yeah,
look at that bridge.
Look at the screen of the bridge that's on top of the bridge. Because they needed this switch down here, apparently. It's a valid spline placement. The one critique that I really have to give this game is that all of your trains spawn at your starting location.
Yeah, that's pretty damn hard.
So no matter what route you set, it always starts at the beginning place, and that always
It's
gets...
realistic, but astoundingly frustrating.
Yeah, that's not a fun challenge.
It is. I mean, I am so torn on games that use like depot mechanics versus games that don't, because they have such distinct advantages and disadvantages. Like I love the locomotion, like, oh, let me just pick up this train and put it somewhere else, or let me pick it up and change it all around and, turn it around and put it back down, versus the Transport Fever or the original Train Fever, which is like, okay, I have to send this to the depot to do anything with it, and it's just a ton of lost time. Like gameplay wise, yeah, depots they make a lot of sense, but they're also just a royal pain. Fix it again, Tony. My mechanic who fixes all my Volvos is named Tony, and he is a literal automotive god.
That's funny.
Yeah. What are you doing, Step Bridge? Install repair shop in all towns to keep the trains rolling. Heist, do you watch the Well There's Your Problem podcast by Justin Rosniak?
People think I have time for podcasts. No, I need to. I've seen their stuff recommended, and it looks like it'd be right up my alley. I'm just not committed to jumping into that.
Yeah, I love Well There's Your Problem. It's probably my favorite podcast.
I am still full sail on. I only really listen to guitar podcasts, which is probably a mistake, but there was a time in my life when I thought I was going to be a big time guitar YouTuber. All right, so.
And here you are talking about model trains and video game trains.
Here I am talking about choo-choo trains. Yeah.
You got half of that right.
Right. Well, I guess we're gonna have this head shunt here because that's what's got to happen. Whatever.
Just wrap it around the other side of the bridge.
So, Mark, how's the SN3?
It is behind me, looking pretty, being a thing.
Being the ideal scale.
Being the ideal scale. Yeah.
Plain Pisama, or sorry, Pebisama asks, would you consider doing locomotion multiplayer? He actually did it with me over on my channel.
Yeah, check out Ellis has a couple. You should put a link in chat, actually.
Actually, I can do that, or I can just write in chat and they can click on my name, right?
Yeah,
Something
either
like that.
or. But check out Admiral
I can put a
Ellis's YouTube channel. We played Locomotion on his channel. I was gonna release it for my channel, but I had bigger video. I don't mean to be mean, but I had other videos that I was like, no, I need to get this done in my head, so I focused on those, and I didn't have time to edit through our episode, despite it being a really good episode. So
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I ended up breaking it into two. I just posted the link to the first episode of the two, and I realized I never put a thumbnail on the second one. That's the difference. Like, I've mentioned this on videos that we've done before, but I've been doing this since like 2009 or whatever, and I'm doing it 100% for kicks. I never like edit anything. I'm just like, yeah, all right, I'm gonna build a crazy gigantic route in Train Simulator or Trains, and I'm just gonna record every part of it, throw it up online with no frills. And if you want to watch it, you can watch it, and if you don't, I'm still gonna put it up.
Hey man, that's not a bad attitude to have.
Yeah,
well, it's fun.
It's different. It's different when you're not, concerned about making any money off it or anything like that.
That's true. And it was funny how I rapidly went from not caring at all to caring a little bit, but I don't care so much that it really influences what I do, because the nice thing, and I'm fortunate and I feel very appreciated that I can kind of do mostly what I want, and the audience in YouTube responds pretty well, with the exceptions of a couple things that didn't really do too good, but they were like extra things. It's not like I need to change and pivot my everything so that I can make money on YouTube. It's like, no, I can tell the narrative, talk about trains, teach people things, have a good time, do all those things, and still keep things going, which is it's really fun. It's a really good place to be. So I'm happy people enjoy it.
Yeah, man.
Multiplayer working locomotion. Is this with OpenLoco? No, OpenLoco doesn't have functioning multiplayer yet. We used locomotion that's on Steam, so old school locomotion, and it works with some fiddling, and it doesn't like to be recorded either. So, it's one of those fun things.
It's a thing.
Hi, Thomas. You told me to ignore you, so I was ignoring you. But now you're posting the ES&D logo and complaining that you're a ghost. So, what do you want?
Here you go.
It's the best Train Tycoon game, do we think?
Yeah.
I feel like we're
Train Tycoon game.
we'd probably fight about that. Leighton would go Railroad Tycoon 3 Full Sail. And I might be inclined to agree, really. I enjoy the gameplay of Sid Meier's Railroads the best, probably, but I don't think it's necessarily the best Tycoon game by any means.
I gotta say, if the powers that be in the ether are listening, we're still waiting for a Railroad Tycoon 4.
Indeed, yes. Who of you out there in the world can give us the Railroad Tycoon 4?
But nobody's asking for.
Some people.
No, don't worry, Blaine. I too still have the physical disc of Locomotion. And how did CD key problem? It seemed to work just fine right off of Steam. I would probably want to go with Locomotion. I do think Railroad Tycoon 3 is uniquely great. I feel like it's missing a couple of things, like to be able to play sort of without a goal, because it's always scenarios. All the maps have like
really just
very scenario based. Yeah,
that's sort of my only issue with it. Other than that, my criticisms of the game that I had as a small child when I did not know how to play the game, sort of all evaporated after I played it with you guys. And yeah, Nathan, it's only over LAN and it's only 1v1. So either get a good friend in the same room as you, or get like Hamachi or something like that, and be aware that when doing it with Hamachi over a distance, it's a little choppy, but you know, it's still playable.
Yeah, there are some issues there.
That was for Locomotion, but yeah, Railroad Tycoon 3, I am impressed by how well the multiplayer still works, even over a spoofed local network.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Bryce. Thank you for being an ES&D Train Crew member. The Little Show, welcome to the ES&D Train Crew. What operating system is that disc good for? Windows 98? Probably Windows 98.
It works on XP.
Does it work on XP?
It works on XP.
That's
I used to keep around a pair of like 2-inch thick Windows XP laptops just to play Locomotion Co-op.
That is a mood.
I still have them in my stack. I don't know if they work anymore. I haven't tried to make them work in quite some time. But yeah, I wasn't messing around.
Evidently not.
I feel like Railroad Tycoon 3 is the obvious choice for best. I'm still sort of ruminating on this because it has all the pieces, you know, for the most part. It has taking over your rivals and stuff like that, which most Tycoon games don't even bother with. You know, Locomotion doesn't bother with it. OpenTTD does to an extent, but like the Transport Fever series, there are no rivals, there are no AI companies, and no multiplayer, which I feel like is a huge missed opportunity. And Locomotion, you can't take anybody over.
Yeah, it's kind of strange that you have this like entire genre of gaming, the Tycoon games that seem to have peaked, you know, during the first Bush administration.
It's, you know, you're not wrong.
Not the first Bush administration, but the
Okay, sorry, the first the first W administration.
W. Yeah.
Yes, baby.
Is our children learning?
I believe that fish and humans can coexist peacefully.
Somebody with a valid license to kill fish in their wallet, I would disagree with you.
Well, Bush said it, so.
Not the first thing I disagree with him on.
Don't be venturing into politics. We don't allow that here. Let's get this choo-choo out of the way, and then I can build this passing track here. Did anything peak at that time besides Green Day? Asking the real questions.
Hot Topic stock price.
Hot Topic. Yeah, Hot Topic probably did pretty well then.
I'm getting yelled at because I have to get up early tomorrow and go register a certain third Volvo at the DMV. So,
Project Car Blues. Nice.
I should probably go to...
Well, okay. Ellis, how many Volvos do you have, and how many of them have titles?
All 3 of them have titles.
Okay, you're beating me with my Jeeps then.
Yeah. No, they're not like junkers. They're just old. And as a matter of fact, the 2 that are my older, the not the one I haven't registered yet, are in pretty decent shape. I mean, you know, they're 30-year-old cars almost. They're appropriately dinged a little bit, but for the most part, they're in pretty good shape. And up until recently, when it started giving me a couple of issues, I used to take my wagon, which is the oldest one, it's a 93. I used to go back and forth to the Wiscasset, Waterville, and Farmington Railroad in Maine pretty regularly, and that's like a 4-hour trip.
Yeah, that's a bit of a drop for where you are.
Yeah. But it's worth it, because 2-foot.
I mean, yeah. The one through narrow gauge question mark?
We're not going to have this square off on the show, but I do.
No,
I
I
do
mean,
love me some
sure, I
two.
think that makes for excellent content. I mean, if all things considered, you're 2/3 the trains that we are, so.
Mm, fair.
Chat is
Super
wondering who has the newest car among us.
Probably not me.
My daily is a 2018, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you win. Yeah.
Yeah, you win by a lot.
Yeah. If I still had my Civic was a 2018, but I sold that many moons ago.
Yeah, to live the single car daily household life.
Yep.
See, I have collected these Volvos, and I don't even need a car. I live in a place with not like good public transit, but like serviceable public transit. I can go downtown, and I live walking
Been to
distance.
downtown Providence. There's not. I've been to downtown Providence. There's not much there.
There's not much that's obvious, but there is stuff. There's actually like a big festival for Providence called PVD Fest this upcoming weekend. I'm gonna be busy making videos, but my mom keeps telling me to go. Nevertheless, walking distance to a supermarket, and yes, Providence, Rhode Island, and 3 miles from my office, which I don't need to go to anyway.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Pretty slick.
And there's a bike path between the two places. I heard WWF, and you now have my full undivided attention.
Oh, Bryce works there, so.
Oh man,
Leighton,
Yes,
it's getting to be that time. Let's see. Where are you at on your objectives? And we'll compare, because I don't think we'll actually be able to finish tonight.
Yeah, I'm as much as I would love to finish, I am
Same spot.
crashing.
Yeah. What is your company net value?
My company net value is, sorry, let me go to the stonks. My company net value is just shy of 2 million.
Oh lordy, I'm losing this. How much furniture have you delivered?
I've delivered 0 furniture.
How much mail have you delivered?
I achieved that one.
How many tool factory buildings do you own?
I own no tool factory buildings.
And based on the premise that I own more tool factories than you, that's the only premise we're counting, I win. I think you beat me in every other thing, so I've only delivered 72 mail, and I've only barely crested 1 million. You've got a better network than me, I think. You used it better. I built more track, I think, but you used yours better, so. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, everyone. I think we're going to jump off, but if you guys would like to see more Rared Corporation, or perhaps have us talk about the game instead of everything else, whatever, let us know, and it might be a fun video for the channel. So thanks for watching, everyone, and thanks to all the ES&D train crew for tuning in. So we'll catch y'all next time.